Man, look, we really gotta reprogram our mind to think about what we want in life. Like our wishes, our goals, our dreams and stuff like that. We gotta program our mind, our subconscious mind to think about this. We wanna know, if you wanna know why you're not successful in life, why, or even why you are successful in life, anybody who's wherever they are in life, it's because of what they're thinking, their thought process in life, whatever is going on in their brain that's hitting the subconscious mind. But a lot of times in society, we live in this propaganda, like the propaganda that society is telling us to live, how to go about this, what rules to follow, what type of job we need to be like. We're programmed, our mind is programmed to live off of what society is telling us, how society is telling us to live. But we're not focusing, we're not training our thoughts, our brain to think about what we want in life. We go off of, like, you hear all the time about like people that lose their mind trying to please other people, trying to please their parents into becoming something they don't want to become. You hear your parents say, I want you to become a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, something that they want their children to become. So automatically your child, or however old you are, is going to program their mind to think like, I have to become this, I have to do this. But then, like, the more time they're thinking about what society wants from them, the less time they're thinking about what they really want. They're not reprogramming their mind to think about, no, I actually can be successful. Like, it would be a crime not for me not to be successful. That's how you reprogram your mind to think of like that positive, the positive thoughts. Because without, like, you can have positive thoughts, positive affirmations, but it's not going to do nothing to your life because that's not how your mind is programmed. So you can constantly force, I'm happy, I love myself. But if you're programmed to not love yourself, if your whole life you've been constantly getting negative thoughts from yourself, you've been getting negative things from people, like, it all comes from, like, 95% of what we're thinking or how we live is through somebody else's propaganda, like how somebody else programmed us to be, especially when we're young and stuff. However our parents trained us to be, we're programmed to think like that. But if you was programmed, okay, think about it, if you was born poor, you're going to be programmed to think that you could never be rich, or that being rich is so hard to do. It's like a 1 in a million chance that you become rich, because you're programmed to what society has told you, that the lower class or people like us can't be successful or can't make it in life or can't be rich and wealthy, because whoever in your family, whoever's around your circle has programmed your thoughts to think like that. But if you was in a rich family, a wealthy family, they will program you to think like, no, this life is a life of abundance. You can have anything you want out of life. You just have to manifest it. You have to think about it. You have to train your thoughts to go into your subconscious mind, because our conscious mind is just what we think, our desires, our wants, our needs, whatever we're thinking. We could think about anything. We're conscious of what we're thinking about. But our subconscious mind, we're not conscious of what's going into our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is taking in whatever we're thinking. So if we're constantly thinking negative, our subconscious mind is going to program our life to be negative, to have negative outcomes. But in order to reprogram your mind, you have to take the necessary steps, do the necessary things to reprogram your mind to think like, no, like, I can be successful. Like, I can achieve things. Whatever I want in life, I can achieve it. I just have to do the necessary things by training my mind, doing the work, and not taking no for an answer. Like, we have to think on that side. We're so caught up on the negative side, the side of what people is telling us, the side of what the world is telling us, but we're not thinking of our own. We're not focused. We're not tapping into our own dreams, our own desires, our own, thoughts, because that's not how we're programmed. Like, that's not how we were born programmed. We were programmed to think how other people are thinking. But when you look back at the life you live now, you can't blame other people. Like, you literally can't blame other people about how your life is right now, because it's a reflection on your thoughts. It's a reflection on what you're constantly taking in your brain each and every day, because that's slowly reprogramming your subconscious mind to think like this is the way to live. I'm supposed to be living in poverty. I'm supposed to be struggling, when you're not supposed to be struggling, bro. You're not supposed to be struggling. The universe is gonna gravitate towards whatever is attracting towards you. Whatever vibration you have, like, that's going on in your body, the universe is gonna, like, gravitate towards that. So if your vibration is all negative and just not uplifting, but you're constantly forcing yourself to say positive affirmations, to think positive, you're still going to have negative outcomes, because you haven't reprogrammed your whole mind and body to have these positive thoughts, to have these dreams and goals that you need to be thinking. People that have like a purpose, people that have like a end destination, an end goal, it'll be easier for them to program their mind to think about, how can I get to my goal? How can I get to my dreams and desires in life? But if you don't have a purpose in life, it's harder to tap into that mind, to transfer into your subconscious mind on how to go about life now. A lot of times people don't know how to go about life now because they don't have no direction. So if you have a sense of direction, it's easier to be like, okay, this is where I want to get to. How can I train my thoughts? How can I train my mind to accept that, to think like this is going to happen? Like there's no way it can't happen, because my mind is programmed to already know that it's going to happen in my life. The vibration I'm carrying it, like, the universe is just going to work in my favor, to where whatever I want in life is going to attract to me. Might not be now, might not be next week, but it's going to happen because I'm programmed to think it's going to happen. But like I said, it all comes down to reprogramming your mind to think about what you want to think about, the great things that you desire in life, instead of worrying about other people. You know what I'm saying? We so caught up into pleasing other people that we're programmed by what other people want us to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be wanting to do something that your parents don't want you to do. Your parents been constantly, since the day you were born, I want you to be this, I want you to be this, I want you to do this, I want you to go to school, get a degree, get your master's degree, get your PhD, work at a job. So you're constantly programming your mind to think this is the way to live. This is a successful life. But that's not what you want to do. So you're constantly forcing that job opportunity that you don't want, but you're forcing it. Now you're wondering, like, damn, like, why is this shit? Why I feel like I'm working so hard? I'm working so hard. That's what I was doing with basketball. I was working so hard to make it to the NBA, to be a professional athlete. But with basketball, I was like, why do I feel like I'm forcing it? Like, I'm working so hard, getting up in the morning, like staying first one in the gym, last one to leave. But I'm still, it's like the universe, God is telling me this is not for you. And I think it has a lot to do with how I was raised. Like, a lot of times when I would hoop, like at an earlier age, I would get a lot of criticism from my dad and stuff. He always felt like I wasn't good enough, or, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't there yet. I was always shit. You know what I'm saying? He would always say that, like, you shit right now. But I was programming my mind to think like I could never make it to the highest level. But as I started reprogramming my mind, I'm like, wait, hold on. Like, I could actually be whatever I want to be in life. I could actually do whatever I want and desire. My dreams that I have in life, they actually can come true. But I only realized that when I started becoming more to myself, started being alone more, started thinking more. Like, your thoughts are so powerful. If you haven't heard that, I'm telling you now, your thoughts are so powerful, because I've experienced it. I've experienced thinking about something over and over, manifesting it, like putting something on before I go to sleep. Because that's how you, like, tap into your subconscious mind, by being hypnotized, by listening to something over and over. So when you fall asleep, that's the last thing that's on your mind. Whatever is the last thing on your mind, and then you go to sleep, it's gonna go to the subconscious mind. So if you're thinking positive, you're thinking, I want to be a world champion, I want to be the best YouTuber, and you're constantly telling yourself this, and then you fall asleep, that's going to hit your subconscious mind to think like, wait, I can do this, and I am. Like, you got to put yourself in the present tense of what you want to see in the future, if that makes sense. So if you want to be whatever you want to be in life, you got to put yourself in that already. You got to say, like, I'm so happy and grateful that I already have it, even if you don't have it, because you're programming your mind to think that you already have it. So when it happens, it's like, oh shit, like, that shit really worked. Like, I have what I've been saying, like, I already have already. But if you keep saying, like, eventually, like, oh, I want to get 100,000, I want to get 100,000, you keep saying it over the course of a year, you still haven't got it yet, because you keep saying, I want to get it. But if you said, I'm happy that I'm grateful that I have this 100,000 over the course of a year, you might get that 100,000, because you're programmed to think, I have 100,000, I have 1,000,000 subscribers, I have love in my life. But if you keep searching for it, like, oh, like one day I'm gonna get this, one day I'm gonna get this, you're never gonna get it until you finally train your mind to already have it internally before it's coming externally. Does that make sense? Like, that's one thing that's gonna reprogram yourself, reprogram your mind to think what you want to think, and not think about what's going on in the world, not being influenced about what's going on outside, and really tap into what's going internally in your brain, in your body. And that's how you're going to tap in and change your life around. You want to change your life around, you got to change your thought patterns around. Because I'm telling you, whatever you're going through in life, it's nobody's fault but your thought process. It's nobody's fault but yours. If you have success in your life, it's nobody doing but yours. It's the thoughts that you carry in your brain to transfer over to your subconscious mind to make you believe that everything I got was supposed to happen. It was supposed to be possible. People that said it was impossible is because their brain was programmed to think it was impossible. Why can some people can do certain things and other people can't? Because those people thought of the thing that they can do, and the other people thought that they couldn't do it. It's literally so simple. Like, life is so simple when you really think about it. It's not complex, bro. It's not complex. So that's the last thing I'm gonna say, bro. If you want to just have a simple life and a life of success, reprogram your mind. Like, you have to really be dedicated, like it's like a job, to really train your mind. Have time where you think for hours a day. Think about your dreams, your goals, what you want to accomplish in life, and don't worry about outside distractions. Really lock into that brain and that mind and start thinking about what you want in life, and I promise it's gonna happen. If you just think about what you want to attract, and I promise you it's gonna happen.